Hello, good evening and welcome to the Royal College Sports Complex. It's a quarter-final clash between Isipathana College and Wesley College for the Dialog Schools Knockout Tournament. A lot of rugby happening here in the island nation today. One big game in Kandy and two quarter-final encounters in Colombo. One happening just across the road at Havelock Park, Royal College taking on DTV Ch. And then the game on our hands here at the Royal College Sports Complex. It's Isipatana taking on Wesley in a cracker-lacking affair. Expect an affair that is going to go down to the wire. I'm pretty sure everyone in Sri Lanka probably has around 3 screens in front of them, streaming through the Papare, powered by Dialog. Joining me in the commentary box is Laksisi. We've got the sun right in our eyes here, Laksisi, and that will probably play a huge part in this game, with the wind also expected to pick up towards the latter part of the game. It's mostly cloudy here at the Royal College Sports Complex, but the sun that will be in the eyes of the back three of either one of these teams will play a huge role in this game.
Welcome everyone, welcome once again to the quarterfinal encounter, another quarterfinal encounter of the Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts 2025. Isipathana, the defending champions, taking on Wesley. The fixtures for the day, we have Royal College taking on DTV Ch in that other quarterfinal, and here we have Isipathana taking on Wesley, and the other games are Anand versus Richmond, Prince of Wales versus KOD. Both the games coming to an end, and I think this encounter today, I believe this will most probably be the closest encounter of the whole quarterfinals that we saw in this tournament so far. And these are the groups: Isipathana, St. Thomas, Sahir, Adamaraja, Kingswood, Mahanam in Group B. In Group A, St. Peter's, DS, Wesley, Science, St. Anthony's and Ananda. In Group C, Royal, Trinity, Vidya, the St. Joseph's, Sri Sumangal and Thurston. 3 great groups, 18 teams competing against each other this year in the league segment of Dialog Schools Rugby. So a lot of rugby coming your way on Sri Lanka's number one sports channel, the Papare. Just like you have a lot of action coming your way today, as Abid mentioned. And these are the results from last week. Wesley College, after struggling a bit in the beginning, got the better of St. Joseph's, 36 points to 23. And DTV Ch, a very similar story. Me and Abid, we were there during that game. DTV Ch turning things around in the second half to win it 48 points to 29. And Sahira was with that. It was a very close game, 16 points to 12. Isipathana right here at the Royal Complex getting the job done, 61 points to nil. Not the best of performances from the Green Machine, but was enough to blow away Sri Sumangala College. And then St. Thomas's was Science, a high scoring one, 94 points in that game, 59 points to 35. And then Trinity College, how good they have been, 62 points to 5 against St. Anthony's. And then yesterday beating St. Thomas's to book their slot in the semi-finals. And St. Peter's College, 51 points to 8. Unfortunate how things just couldn't progress with St. Peter's College due to everything that happened around. And then Royal College against Kingswood College. What a close game that was. I think a lot of people didn't expect this to be the game that was the two teams were separated by just 4 points.
Well, always it's a surprise to see the new teams coming out from the schools out of a very long off-season. A lot of these schools invest a lot in the off-season training, which play a big part in the league and of course the knockout. But what we'll do now is we'll go for a quick commercial break and see you on the other side with the team cards and team news.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
එක පැත්තකින් වහගෙන ඉඳි තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක.
චොමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලේ පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Our forests come in many forms. They can be up in the hills or down in the plains, fed by the rain or sculpted by the sun. Our forests are deeply rooted in us. They are a living inspiration.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff හැමසිතක්ම පිපිදේ රස lemon රසයේ ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff Maliban lemon puff chill when lemon
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සර විහිදේ හික්කක සිත බැඳා ෆයිනල් ෆැෂන් අපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
හොටල් ස්පයිසි ගස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චොමරි අක්කා.
පිටියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කින් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සර විහිදේ හික්කක සිත බැඳා ෆයිනල් ෆැෂන් අපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
හොටල් ස්පයිසි ගස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
විහිළු නෙමේ. ටෝකියෝ සුපර් ඕන වැඩකට සුපර්.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
සැරටම enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go. Pocket perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
හරි. ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවට බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting.
College Sports Complex. We're minutes away from kickoff. Both teams are going through their last warm-ups, getting their processes right, getting their game plan sorted. This is the road to the final. We're already through a couple of quarterfinals, just two more to be played. St. Peter's and Thurston played that first one, and unfortunately St. Peter's having to pull out of the tournament, meaning that Zahira just got a straightway path to the semi-final. Yesterday we had an amazing game of rugby, Laksisi. It was a defensive excellence from Trinity that got them past St. Thomas's. A lot of controversy around that game, but finally Trinity coming ahead, and they'll face Zahira in that semi-final that is scheduled to be held on the 9th. DS Sinanayaka College and Royal College will lock horns across the road at Havelock Park, and the winner of that will play the winner of this game, Isipathana or Wesley. and a lot to look forward to in the coming weeks.
And the timeline of the Dialog Schools Rugby for the calendar year 2025, the knockouts will go on till the 18th of May, and there is a slight break for the teams, and we will begin the league on the 6th of June, and the first round will go on till the 6th of July, and the second round will begin on the 8th of July after another little break, and it will end on the 10th of August. The format of the tournament has changed when it comes to the Schools Rugby League. There are 3 groups with 6 teams in each group, and the top 2 from each group will qualify for the cup segment. The third place and the fourth place teams will qualify for the plate, while the bottom 2 teams from each group will qualify for the bowl segment. So every team will play 9 games this season. So a lot of rugby action coming your way on Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare, throughout the Dialog Schools rugby season for the year 2025. As you can see, the defending champions, Isipathana College, as I mentioned earlier as well, not that convincing, although it was a very comfortable win against any other opposition. I believe that against the top opposition, I believe Isipathana would have struggled a lot in the way that they played last weekend. But probably it's a new formation, it's a new combination, new dynamics when it comes to the team. So they do need some time to settle in. I'll be the same case with Wesley as well. They struggled at the beginning against St. Joseph's, but they found their groove at the latter parts of that encounter.
Well, both these teams have been a factory when it comes to producing Sri Lankan rugby players. Isipatana featuring quite a few players in the Sri Lankan squad that is facing the All Blacks under 85 kilogram squad today. But we'll go into a quick commercial break and we'll see you on the other side.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
රුපියල් 50 වැලිබන් සේවරි පොඩ්ඩෝ එක මැච් එකට සෙට් වෙන්න.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
As the pioneer in Sri Lanka's bottled water industry, American Water has set the standard for over 3 decades to help you stay hydrated wherever you may roam, to provide healthy hydration for your whole home, and to nourish your growing family. With island-wide distribution, we've reached the homes and hearts of every Sri Lankan, ensuring healthy hydration for all. For over 30 years, we've brought the Earth's bounty directly to you, wherever you are, whatever your needs.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine. Just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit. Never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
That was summer refresh when the train they gotta go.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාශීල් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාශීල් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
සැරටම එන්ජොයි කරන්න පාටි එකට ගෝ.
Night Go Pocket Perfume Youth එකට go එකක්.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
මේ තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Super Seal for waterproofing. Tokyo Super Seal. Do it right the first time.
Now Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Complex, and I sure hope that you're not just tuned into the Royal College Sports Complex. I hope you're tuned into Nithavala and to the Havelock Sports Club, where we have a Super Sunday, isn't it, Laksisi? No other words to explain it. It's absolutely a Super Sunday.
Exactly. Myself, Abid, and our co-commentators who did the previous game, Nathan Coggins, Avina Pedro, all of us glued to 3 screens at the moment. Sri Lanka playing New Zealand up in Kandy, and Royal College will take on DSNAG, and the game here, Isipathana versus Wesley. So 3 games, and can't forget the cricket action as well. Sri Lanka taking on India in the Women's Tri Series. So as you mentioned, Super Sunday, action-packed Sunday for all the sports lovers here in Sri Lanka.
Well, the crowd slowly but surely setting in, and don't mind if you see a few mobile phone screens in front of them, because they are tuned in to the action in Kandy. But of course, the crowd filling themselves in here at the Royal College Sports Complex. It's nothing like supporting your team, isn't it? No matter what's happening around, you'd always have that passion for your school and your college and your alma mater to don your college jersey and come and watch a game of rugby and support your boys. Nothing like it.
And I'm quite sure most of the fans who have arrived here have settled themselves thinking that okay, there's another Sri Lanka match next weekend against New Zealand, so we can watch that. Now here are the Wesley College boys, a very promising side, a lot of potential from them that we have seen during last year. Almost got over the line against St. Peter's College. So this year, can they go the extra yard? Can they knock out can they provide that knockout punch against the defending champions at the quarter-final stage?
Well, they just run out and their captain leads them out, Sandulgam Mampila. They finished 3rd in the group stage last year, Laksisi, and they also came to the semi-finals just like you mentioned, and was very unfortunate to lose to St. Peter's. One of the only teams in the last season that maybe pose a threat to St. Peter's College, but of course they're going ahead. They're going up against a team that beat St. Peter's College in Isipatana, so it's going to be a huge game for the Wesleyites, and if they can pull off an upset, I wouldn't call it an upset, but if they can pull off a victory, it would really set up a mouth-watering semi-finals, and we're not too sure who they're going to go up against yet. but I'm pretty sure it will be a mouth-watering semi-final.
And here come the defending champions, led by Trinethra Dodangoda. Two high-quality sides will be on display here, and very, very strange bit. Last year, these two teams didn't meet, so they didn't play a game last year. So I think this will be a great experience for all the viewers, all the fans who are out there in the middle.
Well, these two teams met in 2023. Last year they did not meet. It was a 24-11 victory for Isipatana, and they met in 2022 as well. A very good game, a very closely fought game, 10-0 to Isipatana, but then the victory in 2019, a huge victory for Wesley, 29-18, and I'm pretty sure they'd want to try and make history again by beating this Green Machine outfit.
That encounter in 2022, I think that was probably the closest game that Isipatana played that season. They went on to become the unbeaten league champions, and that encounter, I think the only Wesley College, the only team who was actually able to contain Isipatana College during that season.
But as the teams look up to the heavens and look for divine intervention for one last time before they kick things off, the Papare band's in full swing here at the Royal College Sports Complex, and we're just about to get things kicked off. The referee for today's game will be referee Shankar Bekon. He has a lot on his hands, and I really hope he doesn't have to blow the whistle too much and just lets the game flow, because these two teams are known for playing running rugby. The ball is with Avishka Hiran, who had a really good game last week, broke a lot of defenders, went past the Sumangala defense. But like you mentioned, Laxis, it was not the best performance from the Green Machine. They're known to play with a bit of flair, but something that Wesley did really well last week. They were trailing at halftime by 1 point, but they really did come back to beat St. Joseph's.
Wesley College, how they got things back in order, especially the likes of Abdul Hadi, Kavish Adilhar performing exceptionally well. Two players that we really expected to reach a very high level last year, and they have started to deliver that now. Here's the kickoff of this quarterfinal encounter. Avishka Hiran, and it goes into touch, bounces inside, luckily for Avishka Hiran, and it goes into touch. So we will have a first line out in the game very, very early.
So line out early doors. I wouldn't call that a mistake from Avishka Hiran, maybe probably a tactic, but Wesley have the line out, and if you go by the book, they'll probably set it up and kick it again, and Isipatana rather would get the ball back. So first line out of the game from Wesley. Keshara Rahul with the ball.
Isipatana had a very good line out last weekend against Sumangala College. Probably the only real red accurate aspect of their game last weekend for Isipatana against Sumangala. But this time, Wesley College also very, very good with their line outs even last weekend. Now going straight into that hit, the number 12 Danush for Wesley College, and Isipatana trying to showcase some power straight away, and Wesley feeling the heat very early in the game.
Oh, huge effort from the Isipatana defense. They were right up there, and as soon as they knew that they could hold him up and get possession of the ball back, all of them just pounced on it, didn't they? Have a look at the replay then. There you go. Look at the strength from how many Isipatana players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of them got themselves involved to win the ball back, and they have the first feed into the first scrum of the game.
So Situpa Bomet once again didn't have the best of games last weekend. Had a great final during the knockouts tournament last year. Had to replace Kalindu Silva, who was not available to play after being shown that red card in the semi-final. Replaced him to perfection, but last weekend not the best of starts for the year 2025 for him. Probably believe that he needs to work on how he gives the ball away, especially to that first receiver. Now Isipatana with possession here. Bomet gives it out to Avishka Hiran. Avishka Hiran gives it to his number 13, Yuvindu Kodituaku. Now from left to right they go. Shakib Sumri, his brother, playing his first game for Sri Lanka. in 15-a-side rugby here. Now finding some space there. The number 4, Navit Tahir. Beg your pardon, Nevita Meunaka.
Isipatana wanting to send the ball out wide, but it was a forward pass. But they'll have a penalty. Not rolling away is the call, is it? Yes, it is. And Isipatana have a penalty early doors, and Avish Kehiran calls for the tee and will take a shot at goal.
Avish Kehiran, although he had a good game, didn't have the best of times when it comes to the kicking aspect. So Isipatana College will be hoping that he can make sure that he gets it right this time, because there's a high probability that this game might be decided on how well the fly halves do kick.
But the kick goes astray from Avish Kehiran just as soon as you mention it, Laksisi. Maybe you put a commentator's curse on your own school, but this game will really be decided on who is going to be more tactically sound. More than the players, the 15 players on the field, it's going to be way more than that. It's going to be how the two coaches, Henry Terrence and Danushka Boteju, manage their players. We'll see how it goes. Kaiserlai with the 22-meter dropout. Kicks it deep. Under it is the win 3/4. Takes it ahead for Isipatana. Now they hit the pot of forwards, and the number 8 is there, but an outrageous offload, a very good one at that for Irosh Jayasinghe, who runs onto it. Now space for Isipatana if they wish to use it. They get the number 11, Samir Disas, in space. Tries to get the ball back into the field of play, but just misses on that occasion. But the first signs of flair from Isipatana, and that's something that we could expect in this game, Laksisi.
Exactly. With the Isipatana College trying to use their running prowess as always, but unfortunately went out of room there on the right hand side of the field, and now it's going to be a line out in favor of Wesley College. They're inside their own 22. Wesley need to make sure this line out goes well.
Goes over the jumper, but they'll secure it nonetheless, and they'll look to kick through their fly half, Kaiserlai, who gets good enough touch to get them out of the 22. Gets them almost to the 40. Another line out. Isipatana have really good win 3/4, and of course the man of the match of the last game, Nimantha Sandeep, are playing at 15. If there's anyone that could break this Wesley defense, it's those three, isn't it, Laksisi?
Nimantha Sandeep was the Swiss League player of the match during that game against Sumangala College. Scored 2 tries, was good with the kicking tee as well. Now Isipatana from right to left, they go. Avish Kehiran use it out. Not the best of 4 floats that time. And Isipatana College, they have lost the ball. They have given possession away to Wesley. Goes with that little kick, Sharfan Wadood, the halfback for Wesley College. Well collected there by Isuru Deanga. Now Isipatana under a bit of pressure inside their own half here. Setum Rajapaksha, highly experienced campaigner for Isipatana. Now Avish Kehiran goes for that kick. It will go. Oh, that's a lovely step. This is Wesley College's new era, and they're already showcasing what they're capable of. We saw that a lot of times last weekend. Prarthana Rodrigo, that was with that lovely step away from the incoming defender. Now Wesley College, this is brilliant, there's space for the number 14, he evades the tackler, and that will be the first Samana Bank try. Kavisha Dilhara, he continues from where he left off last weekend, Abid.
End-to-end stuff from Wesley. Right, it was that man. If there was anyone who was going to get them over that line, it was that man, Kavisha Dilhara. It's not the first time he's done that in Wesley colours, in the double blue jersey, and just burning him for pace on that outside. If we could have a replay of that try, that was just an exceptional try. A win 3/4 dream. Have a look at that. He got the ball very early, and then he ran onto it with pace, bumped past one defender, and with that put the other defender out of balance, and all he had to do was run past a hooker.
So Wesley College making early inroads here at the Royal Complex. 5 points to nil. I believe it's going to be Abdul Hadi who will try to add the extra points. Yes, Abdul Hadi. So a lovely conversion from him last weekend against St. Joseph's. But this time, conversion not successful. So 5 points to nil. Wesley College with the early lead with that Amana Bank try, the first run of the game.
What this would do is it will put a lot of doubt in the Isipatana players' minds as to if to kick to the back three or not. If they are to kick, they would want to kick over the back three and not right in the hands of them. Because if this is a hint of how Kavisha Dilhara is going to run, they definitely need to rethink their plans when it comes to tactical kicking.
Yeah, that seems to be a huge area of concern for Isipatana College. The kicking side of things has not been that good to start off the season. Here's Sandeep. Sandeep breaks away, trying to replicate something similar to what Prathana Rodrigo did earlier. And almost Wesley, they continue to pile on the pressure on Isipatana.
Massive effort at ruck time from the Wesley forwards. Have a look at that again. As soon as he saw that he was isolated, he was not isolated. There were so many Isipatana players there, but it was the body position that led them down. No low center of gravity from the Isipatana players, but the touch, not a very good one. Isipatana through Sandeep will try to kick deep, and they do exactly that. Good clearance kick, but a mistake from the Wesley kicker means that they don't have an opportunity to rumble. That's something that they need to work on, isn't it? As soon as you get a penalty, not just Wesley but every team, as soon as you get a penalty, just be a bit more clinical in what you do, because your forwards have won you the penalty through hard work, and you don't want to see a glum face as soon as you turn to them.
Now last weekend, if you remember, the Isipatana College got 5 penalties, and every time they were unable to get that territory gainer right. So a knock forward, Isipatana College, they continue to do the mistakes here in this encounter. In the opening 10 minutes, Wesley College clearly calling the shots here. Isipatana feeling the pressure. The big forward goes straight into that hit. Now from right to left they go. This Abdul Hadi. Abdul Hadi gives it out to the number 13, Mohammad Fawaz. And tackled in to touch this time. Mohammad Fawaz, another player with a lot of potential, played in that under 16 side last year, Abid. And we can expect to see a lot from this youngster this year and in the upcoming years. And Isipatana College, they're actually getting outmatched here when it comes to the pace of Wesley College.
Not something that you see very often, as Hirosh Chai Singh will feed it into a 4-man line out. Godangada collects it. They'll hit their prop forward, a lanky lad in Situm Rajapaksha. Now in the pocket is Hiran. He'll kick it deep, right into the hands of the number 11, Prathana Rodrigo, who had a magnificent run. But now it's a bit of kick tennis that's going. Hiran goes again. Now the scrum half under it, Shafran Wadud steps past the first, but the Isipatana defense is right up there. The Wesley forwards do very well to track back and guard that ruck. Now running into traffic is the Wesley forwards, but they are all there in support.
Now Wesley push back a little bit. They go for that kick. Nimanta Sandeeva will make the collection. Now from the halfway mark, Nimanta Sandeeva trying to find some space but unable to find it. And again, Isipatana College found wanting every time they went into that breakdown, Zabid. Wesley College, at the moment, they clearly have Isipatana's number.
Well, that was a given, isn't it? Given the size that the Wesley forwards possess, they're always going to win the game when it comes to groundwork and how well they do at the ruck. But also something that we've seen so far in this game is their back line seems to be very threatening. And that's a deadly combination, isn't it? If you can win the ball off the ruck and you can also run riot outfield, could really change the fate of the game.
Rodrigo and Dilhar, the week 3 quarters for Wesley College, threatening Isipatana quite a lot to begin this encounter. Now, Wesley trying to kick off that rolling maul advantage in favor of Wesley as well. Can they find another try here? That would cause some serious issues to Isipatana. Now this is absolutely brilliant. Here's Kavisha Dillara. Almost repeats what he did earlier. Abdul Hadi gives it out, and that will be another Amana Bank try. Pradhana Rodrigo with the second try, but the referees, they are having a little chat here.
Okay, so we'll have to see what exactly the call is. It's a forward pass that is called by referee Shankar Bekon. If you could have a replay of that, you would know exactly where the forward pass was. I think it was the back of the hand pass from Abdul Hadi that was deemed a forward pass, but we'll go back for a penalty for Wesley College. Isipatana penalized for collapsing that maul illegally. Yep, I think it's that pass, Laksisi, that was deemed forward. But I really like that running line from the number 15, Abdul Hadi. He ran a very, very good line. It's a line where not a lot of people find, and as soon as you get those centers stuck, it's very easy to penetrate that line, and that's a very good execution of that move from Wesley. And they have another line out, and their forwards did very well in the previous one. How do they go in this?
You know, Isipatana College defense was nowhere to be found, to be honest, Abid. The speed, the sheer speed of Wesley College backline causing a lot of problems for Isipatana. But this time, Isipatana getting something to go their way.
Well, hearty stuff from the Isipatana forwards. That would do their confidence a world of good. Because if you are able to contain a rolling maul.
And Abid, the hand Vikram Arachi just scored the first try for Sri Lanka against New Zealand. It's 12 points to 5.
He was a 2022 skipper of Isipatana as well. Double champs in that year. Huge day for the lad as he scores a try in Sri Lanka colours, but the game on our hands here. Back in the pocket is Hiran. He'll kick it downfield and get good touch. Something that Isipatana has done very well so far in this game is they've cleared their lines better than Wesley, and I think if they can continue that, they can get themselves into good parts of the field.
And for me, I believe the issue for Isipatana is actually that halfback combination is not clicking at the moment for them, just like last week, unfortunately for Isipatana. So they really need to get their act together here, especially this scrum half Situba Bomit needs to be a bit more focused when it comes to the passing aspect. The first receiver needs to get a good pass from him. Now Wesley still inside Isipatana's territory here. Now look out for Rodrigo, Favas, Kavisha Dilhara, Danush Dasanayaka, all 4 of them. Oh, Isipatana. What a tackle that was from the number 14, Isuru Deanga.
Well, massive. We were mentioning names, and as soon as you mention the name, Isuru Deanga says, you can mention my one as well. Look at that. Textbook stuff. Went right down. Caught him perfectly. And he had his captain, Dodango, to support him and put him right out into touch. Confidence booster. Could mentally get this Isipatana 3/4 line in a good frame of mind. We'll see how it goes off this line out.
Good from Isipatana, but not so good from Wesley. Can't afford to do that.
Well, cynical, isn't it? Unfortunate for Wesley, but you can't do that in rugby. You have to let the ball flow. You can't just tap it down like that. Now the touch finder is... Okay, now that's going to be very interesting. It should be a 5-meter scrum. Yes, it is a 5-meter scrum. because it was taken back by the Wesley player. He tried to tap it back in, but in the process he knocked it into the dead ball line, which means they'll have a 5-meter scrum. Is that better than a 5-meter line out, Laksisi? We'll have to wait and see.
I believe that was the try scorer, Kavisha Dilhara, making that mistake. No, in fact, that was Abdul Hadi.
And as soon as he went over that line, he would have thought to himself, why on earth did I do that? But the Isipathana supporters getting behind their team as they have a scrum 5 meters out.
Now the classic crouch and go, Pathana go, echoing around the Royal Complex at the moment. 5 meters to get. Here's Shakib Sumri. Not your typical number 8, but taken down quite easily. Now Isipatana forwards, as I mentioned last weekend as well, the Isipatana forwards, they seem to be the strong aspect of Isipatana compared to the last few years or in their history. So quite a change this year for Isipatana. So let's see whether the forwards can continue in the same manner against a much better opposition in Wesley College. Sidhu Bommet to Shakib Sumri. Almost thought that was a mistake by him. Yes, Avishka Hiran. Oh, what a tackle. What a tackle from Prathana Rodrigo, I believe. Pushed Avishka Hiran back to the 22-meter mark. Exactly the sort of effort they needed. Now, here's the tight head prop for Isipathana, Sandeep Herat. And just like that, Wesley, they have managed to get the ball back.
Well, it's always cynical when you give away a penalty when you have ball in hand. It's an unforced error there. Hands in the ruck, trying to get that ball back to their side was Isipathana. Very lucky for Wesley because Isipathana looked like they were threatening the line of the Pathanians. And they finally have got themselves out of that, and Abdul Hadi can breathe a sigh of relief.
Exactly, Abid. And at Havelock Park, Royal College getting the act right this weekend against DSN Nayak, 21 points to nil. Now, last weekend it was a very, very close call against Kingswood, 28 points to 24, winning that by just 4 points. But we're seeing the Royal College that we know in this game so far against DSN Nayak. Now, Wesley trying to run from their own half here. Now, the back line of Wesley College. It's always a treat to watch when they get the ball. Oh, Abdul Hadi selling a little dummy there. And did that successfully as well. Very, very enterprising, this Wesley College outfit. And this is a good run from Hamdan Safraz rather. Now, Wesley trying to use that right hand side of the field. Very close to that 22-meter mark, and Isipathana probably got a bit lucky there. A knock forward from Wesley College. A cardinal error from them just when it looked like they were building up some momentum once again.
But a good run from Safraz got them. The phase before that was where Safraz went through. Danush Dasanayak, unfortunate to have lost the ball on the ground, but we'll have a 1-minute water break. Very important in these conditions, Laksisi, that we have a 1-minute water break. But not to toot our own horn, Laksisi, but I think it's magnificent that ThePapare.com gets to give out pictures of an international game, and concurrently we can give out 3 other games, or 2 international games rather, one in two different sports, cricket and rugby, and of course the 2 semi-finals and quarter-finals rather. So it's a huge effort, isn't it, from the people and behind the scenes that are really getting these pictures to the viewers.
2 international live broadcasts and 4 school games. We had the Premier Trophy encounters earlier today as well. So 6 game coming your way on Sri Lanka's number 1 sports channel, or the number 1 sports channel network now, the Papare. So Isipathana still searching for that first try, first penalty Wesley College searching for a second one to create some more separation with Isipatana.
It's been a stop-start game so far. Wesley had a breakaway try. Both teams have looked to threaten, but it's only been Wesley that has been able to go ahead and score a 5-pointer. Bomet feeds it into the scrum. Hitting there, number 13, Yuvindu Kodituakku takes it forward. And now running lateral is Nevitha Mevnaka. Isipatana need to clear their lines. Selling another dummy, lots of kick dummies being sold here in this game so far. One from Abdul Hadi, one from Avish Kehiran now. They need a scrum off, and running in comes Nimantha Sandeepa to do the scrum off duties. Isipatana need to get out of their half, and they do that through Avish Kehiran, but it doesn't go into touch, so now danger. Abdul Hadi steps past the first, but the tackle is picture perfect from Aditya Madhushan. Now the little scrum half tries to step his way past the Patana defense. Shafran Wadud on that occasion. Absolute busting run from Asheni Emmanuel. Takes a few defenders to bring him down. Now Wesley need quick ball. They have that. Hardy has his number 10 in Kaisalai. Takes it to the ground. Isipatana playing with their hearts in their mouths here, and playing the ball on the ground was the Isipatana lock forward, and they'll take it ahead. Is the not 10 advantage coming? No, it's not. So Isipatana do well to track back. Now the big man, Hamdan Shafraz. It will take a few men to bring him down, but they asked to release him. Nelit Thapugalla. Very strong ball carrier. All these forwards from Wesley have been very strong when they have ball in hand. Now they go back to Safraz. Gets an offload in for his number 8. Running the angle was the centre, Dhanush Dasanayake. A brilliant angle. But we go back for a penalty, Laksisi, and they've looked very threatening, and they take it quickly again. Now they are caught offside, Isipatana. Mohammad Fawaz on that occasion, and I'm pretty sure he'd probably go into his pocket rather and show a card to the Isipatana defense. But Wesley have looked to threaten the line on every occasion that they've got.
And that will be a yellow card. The number 6 for Isipatana, Sanul Jayavir. Not what Isipatana wanted. They were struggling big time. And to make matters worse, now they have to play with 14 men. And this will make things even more easier for Wesley College. Wesley just around 8 to 10 meters short from the whitewash. Can they find another try here? Oh, the forwards continue to press Isipatana College even harder. Now decide to go to his right hand side, gives a long pass out, and is that the try? Yes, it will be the second Amana Bank try. Scoring that try is Mohammad Fawaz.
Well, it was coming, isn't it, Laksisi? They looked to threaten on every occasion. They were penetrating the Isipatana defense, and as soon as they were a man up, it opened up the gap for Kavisha Dilhara to go over for his second try. But something that I really love about this Wesley team is that they keep on knocking the door with their forwards, and as soon as they see that there is space out wide, they get the ball to their wing three quarters in lightning speed.
That was a very good pass, and yes, Fawaz gave that pass out to Kavish Dilhara at the last moment. A brilliant pass. We saw something very similar in the last game as well, Abid. So this combination of Fawaz and Kavish Dilhara, lightning quick, super fast, and this is a combination that can cause a lot of problems to each and every team in the schools rugby scene this year and probably the years to come.
Well, the kick from Abdul Hadi has the direction but not the distance. But they'll clap him back to his position because that was very good stuff from him to get the team into this part of the field. 26 minutes gone, 10 minutes ahead, Wesley. When you walked into Royal Complex, did you see this happening, Laksisi?
So Wesley College 10-point gap for them. Isipatana, they need to find a scoring opportunity before this first half ends. Can't afford to be pushed back this much. They have been off colour for the entirety of this game. The forwards, the back line, they have not been able to just click. And we are just seeing a continuation of what we saw from last weekend. And just as expected, against a much better opponent, they're struggling big time.
A fantastic kickoff there from Avish Kahiran. Bit of miscommunication from the Wesley collectors. And finally it came into the hands of the try scorer, Kavisha Dilhara, who had to hack it into touch. But it's a net gain for Isipatana. And they really need to score next if they want to stay in this competition.
Exactly. They can't let Wesley College be the team to score next. Now, we have seen some good moments for Isipatana, but the consistency factor has not been there at all for Isipatana. They make one good tackle, but they miss the next one. That has been the story for Isipatana so far in this game.
Play is held up for a second, but the referee's time is on. And they throw it into a four-man line-out. Collecting is Shakib Zumri, but he's sacked very, very well. That was absolutely legal from the Wesley forwards, and that would put a huge smile on coach Henry Terrence's face. And they rumble through their forwards to Isipatana, trying to give Wesley a taste of their own medicine. They go a bit laterally, he's a bit upright, the prop forward, Sandeep Aherat, and now finding a gap, going right through. And the advantage comes, so they're playing with a free hand here. Avish Kahiran sells the dummy, gets the pass out, and that is a score for Isipatana. Amana Bank try time for Isipatana. It was coming, isn't it, Laksisi? They were penetrating the defense and end-to-end stuff. We saw this 5 minutes before from Wesley, and Isipatana have their first score of this game.
Yeah, that's what they were lacking, Isipatana College, the consistency from that restart kick. They were able to put in some pressure against Wesley College, and just like that they found their first try. So it's always about making sure that they're consistently hitting the right notes against a team like Wesley College.
Isuru Deanga goes over for that try, and as soon as that penalty came, Isipatana took that ball out. It was Nimanta Sandeepa who got the ball out to Avish Kahiran. Sandeepa's kick is just off the right hand upright. So it will just be the 5-pointer for Isipatana, but they really did need to score next, and they did that. They did exactly that. Well, you've seen pretty similar tries, isn't it, Laksisi? It's been the forwards rumbling, and as soon as they space out wide, they've got the pass out. But I think this is a very huge morale booster for Isipatana because they're playing with 14 men, and they've got a try as well.
Exactly, because for the first 25 minutes of this game, they have failed to do anything notable, and all of a sudden they got that opportunity, and probably that little switch just turned on for all the Isipatana players. We are 10 points behind. We can't let this game go away further from us, and that's exactly how they responded to that wake-up call. So 10 points to 5, a 5-point buffer for Wesley College. We have everything to play for in this quarter-final clash.
A little bit of work done on an Isipatana player to get him back on his feet. Isipatana trailing by 5. As Kaiserlai kicks us off again, and this time they go deep. Hiran will look to clear his lines, and he does very well. That's something that he's done magnificently well. Kicking off the tee may have not been very good, but kicking off hand has been on point, not just from him, but from Abdul Hadi and Kaiserlai as well.
Exactly, Avish Kahiran, Nimanda Sandeep, both, as Amit mentioned, although they have struggled when it comes to the kicking tee, they have made sure those little territory gainers, those little clearance kicks were spot on. So almost at the halfway mark, Wesley with the throw into this line out.
Wesley set it up on their 40. They rumble. But over the last couple of years, they've rumbled and scored tries from their 40 through rolling mauls, but on that occasion, they knock it on the ground. Unfortunate. Not too sure if you remember that rolling maul try that I'm talking about, Laksit. I think it was against St. Anthony's, where they rolled from the 50-meter line and Abdullah Siddiq went over. Yes, I think you recall what I'm talking about. That was a huge effort, and I think they were trying to emulate that, but they knocked the ball in the process. Isipatana will have a feed into the scrum.
If I'm not wrong, I was actually calling that game between Wesley and St. Anthony's. Wesley College producing one of the best tries of the season. Now, Isipatana with the scrum in their favour. Sidhu Bomit slowly recovering, slowly getting his act right. That's exactly what they need. But for Wesley College, it's about making sure that they continue what they did in the first 25 minutes of this game. That's simple as that for Wesley College. Double Blues, they have dominated this game in the first 25 minutes. Isipatana finding some sort of colour in the last few minutes. Now Sidhu Bomit gives it out to Aditya Madushan goes straight towards that hit. Now Bomit. There's number 5, Naveed Tahir. Bomit gives it to Himanta Sandeep. This is a good tackle. Isipatana unable to recover the ball there. It was a very good tackle. I'm not sure who that player was from Wesley College.
Oh, huge tackle. Those are coach pleasers because it absolutely changes the complexion of the game. Isipatana got some go-ahead ball through Naveed Tahir, but now Wesley will have a feed into the line out. 3.5 minutes from half-time. Isipatana trail by 5. It's been an error-ridden half, but the combinations for Wesley have really worked so far. And they get it right at the line out. They'll set a phase up and get the angle better. He wouldn't mind getting pushed back, Hamdan Safraz. Now they take it out and feed it to the line through a set move. It's Kaisalai who puts it on the toe but doesn't get the distance that he wants. And now danger. Isuru Deanga, the try scorer. Now Bomit looks around, has no one on his left, so has to go right. Hits Nevita Mevnaka. He's held up by the Wesley defense, but they're asked to release him. Now Bomit slows it a tad bit and gives it to Yuvindu Kodituakku, who was isolated for a second. But now Isipatana tries to get the pass out, does Yuvindu Kodituakku, and the referee goes into the pocket, and it looks like it's going to be a card for a deliberate charge down. Kaisalai will have to sit 10 minutes in the bin. That's very unfortunate for Wesley. And that's not the first time that they have charged down and knocked the ball. And I think it was just moments before they got a card, and they're unfortunate that it's their playmaker that has to sit in the bin.
Exactly. Now Isipatana with the chance to put some pressure on Wesley College. And they have to play with 14 men on the park. Isipatana restored back to their 15. So now they have the numbers advantage. Isipatana, can they draw level or maybe just go ahead just before half time?
Well, in general circumstances, Kodituakku would have given that pass out a bit earlier, but he'll watch back the replay and watch the replay back and be thankful that he has got his team one man up as they come back to their full complement of players. Isipatana, Zumri takes it forward. It's gone off the leg, says referee Abekon, and they've lost the ball. Isipatana. As Wesley set it up, and we want to clear their lines. Situm Rajapaksa asking the referee if time is up on his clock. Now in the pocket is Hadi, and he drops it. He drops it in goal. Oh my. Abdul Hadi, what have you done? The pass was not accurate. You can't really blame Abdul Hadi for that. But nonetheless, Isipatana have a 5-meter scrum. And my oh my, what is this going to do to the complexion of this game?
Yeah, Abdul Hadi, not a happy campaigner. That pass was not a good one at all. Yeah, the halfback probably feeling the pressure as well. Yeah, Abdul Hadi very, very lucky that although he fumbled, the ball did stay with him. Probably easy for Isipatana College, easier for them to get another try there. Very easy, could have been a try for Isipatana College. Now, Situba Bomet gives it out to Avishka Hiran. Avishka Hiran doesn't give the pass out, probably didn't have enough time. Now, quick work from Isipathana. Shagib Sumri goes over for the Amana bag try. And just like that, Isipathana finding the right tone in the last 12 minutes of the first half. They have managed to make it 10-all.
Well, Wesley made to pay for that mistake. It looked like a half that Wesley had run away with it, but in the last 10 minutes of this half, Laksisi, Isipatana have come out all guns blazing. And they score not once but twice. And now the kicking duties has been transferred to Nimantha Sandeepa because they really do need the points. As Sandeepa lines it up to get his team ahead for the first time in this game. Oh my. No conversion again. And it remains 10-all.
4 tries from the two teams. No successful conversion from both the teams. So the kicking aspect, as we mentioned, kicking off the tee has been horrible, we can say. But how they kicked when it comes to the territory gainers, phenomenal. But they need to make sure that they convert those tries. So it's 10-all. At half-time here at the Royal Complex, the quarter-final encounter between Isipatana College and Wesley College in the Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts President's Trophy 2025. We have everything to play for in the upcoming second half. Wesley 10, 2 tries for both the teams, both the tries not being converted. So we have a very, very close game on our hands, folks. So make sure to stay tuned to Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare. We will be back with the second half action very soon.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
Summer refreshment the trend neck at the go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. You take it a go ekak. Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Saratama enjoy karan the party ekada go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. You take it a go ekak.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Nava Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
There is a rhythm to island life, where a walk is a dance, where there is work-life flexibility, where fun is serious, and where songs rise out of the sea. The unique and amazing facets of island living inspire us.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
සමහර බැඳීම් ජීවිත කාලයටමයි. නිපොන් සිමෙන්ති.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සරවිහිතේ හික්කට සිත බැඳා ෆයිවල් ෆැෂන් දපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
හොටල් ස්පයිසි ගස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සරවිහිතේ හික්කට සිත බැඳා ෆයිවල් ෆැෂන් දපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
හොටල් ස්පයිසි ගස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදහමයි.
Seat car radials. The road is yours.
ඉන්ජෙක්සන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තව ඉන්ජෙක්සන් එකක් ගහමුද?
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදහමයි. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදහමයි.
Creamy richness. Redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Seat car radials. The road is yours.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
පිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදහමයි.
එක පැත්තකින් වහගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැරිලත් එක්ක. චමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Creamy richness. Redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
පිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදහමයි.
Creamy richness. Redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine. Just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit. Never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
That was summer refreshment, the train, I gotta go.
Night Go. Pocket perfume. You think it a go ekak.
ඉන්ජෙක්සන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තව ඉන්ජෙක්සන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Are you okay?
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Superbond for tiling. Tokyo Superbond. Do it right the first time.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Welcome back everyone to the Royal Sports Complex. Isipatana College, the defending champions of the Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts, taking on Wesley College in this crucial quarter-final clash. Nothing, absolutely nothing to separate the two sides at half-time. It's at 10 points all. And the second half, the remaining 35 minutes will be absolutely mouth-watering, Abid.
Well, I echo with your sentiments on saying that nothing can separate them, not even a few kicks can separate these two teams. Two tries apiece, it's 10 all at half time. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what everyone expected when they walked into the Royal Complex today. This was always going to be the game that was going to be looked forward to this weekend. Locally, that is. Internationally, of course, there was a lot to look forward to. That was that try of individual brilliance from Kavisha Dilhara. And then again he went over for another try. Something that Wesley has done very well, like we mentioned in the first half, is after the forwards have got their team front football, they've sent the ball out to their wing three quarters in lightning speed to get them over. And that's one of those missed kicks. This is that try just before half time from Shakib Zumri to level the scores, and then that missed kick from Nimanta Sandeepa. Even the change of kickers can't change the fate of how the kicking is going on in this game. But a lot to look forward to in the second half from these two teams as they huddle up for one last time, and only one of these teams will proceed forward to, by the looks of it, take on Royal College in the semi-finals of the Dialog Schools Knockout Tournament. Crowds have filled into the Royal College Sports Complex as the Wesley supporters applaud their team back to their positions for restart. And this is going to be a huge half, not just for the players but for the supporters as well. It's been a while since Wesley have had a chink in their armor. They've not won a trophy since 2013. Laxisi, it was under Rahul De Silva that they won that trophy, beating Trinity College in the finals. And speaking to all the Wesleyites walking into the ground today, this seems to be the year that they have the most amount of hopes on. So this half will really play a huge part for the supporters, as you in the Kodituakko is all set to kickstart the game. Wesley with the fly half in the bench. It's Mohammad Fawaz rather getting ready to kick things off for the second half in this quarter-final encounter. Expect a huge half from both these teams as we kick things off in the third quarter-final. Nothing separating these two teams. Isipathana take it forward early on. Bomet gets it to his prop forward Sandeep Herat. Now Sandeepa puts it up, right up there. Good chase from Samir Disas, gets the Wesley collector out of balance and they win the penalty. Right as soon as the floodgates have opened, Isipatana have come to play. That try from them moments before halftime has really put their morale up. And they need to continue this if they want to take on this Wesley outfit. There was a brilliant kick from Nimantha Sandeepa. And the chase from Samiru Disas was perfect. Now they have their first line out of the second half. They really need to make this pay. Coach Henry Terrence in the background. Did a lot of work with Kandy Sports Club and their forwards to win them a league title, but now he has a job on his hands. Needs to get the double blues to win the trophy after 2013. Hirosh Jayasinghe. Six-man lineup. Goes to the back. That could be deemed a knock-on, is it? It's deemed a crooked throw because there was a contest from the Wesley player. He got a hand on it, but it also was a crooked throw. So interesting call from referee Abe Kohn, so they'll have a scrum. First scrum of the second half. Set piece is what's going to really let us know what this game is going to be like. Wesley playing with 14 men. Kaiser Lai was sent to the bin for deliberate knock-on. Shafran Wadud feeds it into the scrum. Breaking off the back of it is there. Lock forward, Pawan Tiranagama takes it forward. Wadud slices it into the air. He needs his chasers up. But Isipathana have space now through Sandeepa. Drops the pass out for Isuru the Younger, the try scorer. And it's a penalty for Isipathana. That was cynical from the flanker Naham Hemachandra. He was deemed offside. He came out from an offside position. Hiral knocks it into touch. And now Isipathana need to get the accuracy correct in the line out. Whoever who scores first in this half will have the upper hand. There you go, that's an offside call from referee Abe Kohn. I think he was on spot there. It was the captain Dodanguda who was the guilty party. And the supporters get behind the Patana line out. Dodanguda wins it. It's a well set maul and it wheels around. Isipatana need to be patient and work through their forwards. Picking the ball up from either side of the truck, but they're held up. But he does well to get himself down to the ground, and Wesley have won the turnover. Wesley have got the turnover. They've got the ball back. Massive effort from Wesley. Huge defensive shift there, Laksisi. Amazing stuff. They were on the back foot and they somehow get position back. Now they just need to clear their lines and just know at the back of their minds that they're playing with one man down and just run the clock down until they get their playmaker, Kaiser Lai, back. That was that turnover. He held him up for just enough. It was called a maul, so he had to release that ball as soon as he went to the ground, but Wadud. It's there for the center, Danush Tasanayaka, who will look to make the angle better for Abdul Hadi to get it out into touch. Doesn't get a lot of meters, Abdul Hadi, which means that Isipatana now are still inside their 22. But what this does is it kills time on the clock as Kaiser Lai has started to do his warm-up from the naughty chair. Cries from the supporters ring around the Royal College Sports Complex. For the lads from the green machine. It's a good front peel. And they give it to Situm Rajapaksa, who runs onto it. Messi ruck, slow ball. Wesley do well to slow the ball up. Nevita Mevnaka takes it forward. Latching on and going, but they're only going laterally. Now Bomit takes it out of the ruck. Go through the hands. Breaking the first tackle is Aditya Madhushan, but he's brought down in a desperate tackle from the Wesleyites. Now Situm Rajapaksa. This all started from his front peel. Now Bomit. Naveed Tahir, but the Wesley defense is right up there. Godangoda, Hiran. Madhushan still on his feet. Madhushan inches away from the line now. Isipatana. Bomit feeds it out to his hooker. Just a moment short. Isipatana need to score here. The crowd thinks they've scored. Referee Abekon thinks otherwise, but they'll come back for a penalty. Isipatana. Huge defensive effort from Wesley on that occasion. They've given away a penalty, yes, but they've defended their lines magnificently well, coming up and posing a huge threat to the Isipatana attackers, as Wesley are now back to their full complement of players. And they've only conceded the 5 points within that time frame. They take it quickly and it's a high tackle. Bomit gives it out to Zumri, who goes over for his second Amana Bank try. Isipatana, as soon as the second half started, have smelt blood and they've gone over to score the first try in the second half. That should just change the complexion of the game now, because for the first time in this game, Isipatana take the lead. It's 15 points to 10.
Isipatana College taking the lead for the first time, and finally a successful conversion in this encounter bid. So 17 points to 10. Another Amana Bank try for Isipatana. Shakib Sumri. 2 tries for the number 8, as I mentioned. Not a typical number 8, but he's proving to be a very, very hard customer to handle for Wesley College.
And he bumped off the tackle of Fawaz and went right over. Identical tries. 2 of them for Shakib Zumri. Isipatana's forward, something that I'd like them to do is maybe run onto the ball a bit harder at pace, because you're playing up against a huge pack of forwards in the Wesleyites, but they've scored a try as Wesley restart things. Collecting it is Situm Rajapaksa. Tahir takes it forward. Bomit to Sandeepa. Knocks it down the park. Under it is Dilhara. Gives it to Hardy. Kaisalai has finished serving his 10 minutes in the bin, and an outrageous pass from Rodrigo has put his team under a tremendous amount of pressure, and they have been bundled into touch. Huge moment in the game. That back of the hand pass from Prarthana Rodrigo was just a bit unnecessary, and Isipatana have won the ball back last Kisi.
Yeah, all of a sudden, after the first 25 minutes, Isipatana College, as I mentioned, I think that little switch just turned on for all the Isipatana boys, and they have made a very good comeback into this encounter. And Wesley College, they're in the situation which Isipatana College was in for the first 25 minutes. They're feeling all the pressure, nothing going their way at the moment. So for Isipatana, it's about trying to get another score here and push Wesley College further back. So earlier we talked about the fact that Isipatana College, they need to score next, but now it's the other way around. Wesley College, they need to make sure that they score next from here onwards.
You can't write off this Wesley team because they have just beaten a very good St. Joseph's team last week, and that they did by chasing them. Now the green machine will hit through their big forward Situm Rajapaksa. He's done a lot of carrying in this second half in the early stages. He opts to go to the boot. Dazavish Kahiran puts it up in a very well weighted kick because it doesn't go into the 22, which means Wesley will have to scramble back, and the defense is right up in Isipathana. The defense just shot up on Danush Tasanayaka, and now no space to work with. And trying to tap it back into the field of play is the Isipathana winger, and it goes into the hands of Sandeepa. Now Hiran drops it in for Sandeepa again, breaks past the first tackle. Does Nimanta Sandeepa. Isipathana now with their tails up, and they have space. The ball should have probably gone in hands, through the hands there, Tahir. But now Bomet gives it to the double try scorer, Shakib Zumri. Breaks past 1, 2, 3 defenders. Takes around 5 defenders to bring him down. The Wesley player needs to roll away. And the arm goes out for an advantage. Now free play for Isipathana. Situm Rajapaksa, this all started off that huge break from him. Now Hiran steps. Gives it out to Sandeepa. Isipathana have the advantage coming. Bomet to Rajapaksa. Now just slowing things down a tad bit. Isipathana, they give it to Navita Mevnaka. They still have the advantage, so they'll rumble through their forwards. Sandeep Aherat looks to have a bite at the cherry. Breaks past 2 defenders. Shakib Zumri will go over for his hat-trick. Right under the sticks. Amazing, amazing stuff from Isipathana. You can never write this green machine team out, can you, Laksisi?
Shakib Zumri, a hat-trick of Amana Bank Rice for the number 8. The brother of the talismanic Shahid Zumri from last year. Showcasing why he represented Sri Lanka under 18 last year, but why he was rated so highly this year with a brand new position, playing as the number 8. As I mentioned, a lot of people call this is not your typical number 8, but he's making sure that he's up for the task, he's up for that new challenge, and a hat-trick of tries when Isipathana were trailing by 10 points. Absolute class from Shakib Zumri.
Well, if there's any household that I want to go back to today, it's the Zumri household, because one brother has got his first debut start and got his debut jersey for the Sri Lanka Tuskers. The other brother has scored a hat-trick against Wesley College in the quarterfinals of the knockout trophy. The kick goes through as well, so Isipathana now leading by 14 points. Who saw this coming? I definitely didn't see this coming. Whatever coach Danushka Botejo has told them at halftime has really hit them really hard. Now it's up to coach Henry Terrence to put in a few words of wisdom into the double blues outfit. Play is stopped for a few moments as there's a player that's being looked after by the medical staff.
So Kaisalai, what can Wesley College do here? Trailing by 14 points. From a position where they had a 10-point buffer, now they're trailing by 14 points. Avishka Hiran trying to play some running rugby from their own 22. Now Isipathana showcasing that flair. The not exactly how they wanted it to go. A knock forward.
Well, I can tell you one thing, that tunnel, the Maisa Rodrigo tunnel, has seen a lot of things happening in there, especially around the Rugby shield. A huge concrete block there, so he's very lucky that he didn't crash into it. But now Isipatana are really playing with a spring in their step. They're running from their own 22. And another stoppage.
Setum Rajapaksa. They lost Abdul Aziz last weekend, so Isipatana College can't afford to lose Setum Rajapaksa here.
He's been magnificent, hasn't he, Laksisi? The second half, yes, the tries have been scored by Shakib Zumri, but the go-ahead ball has been coming through that man with the number 1 on his back, Setum Rajapaksa.
There has been a workhorse for Isipatana College in this game. Even when most of the players were struggling big time in that first half, he was still out there. He was still grinding hard in the first 25 minutes. And Setum Rajapaksa, now he's seeing the fruits of all the hard work he did in the first 25 minutes, with Isipatana in the lead by 14 points. Now Wood with the feed into this ram. Now Wesley College, they need to find a try somehow in the next 5 minutes, I believe. Otherwise it will be a bit too much for them to do. Sharfan Wadood. Now Wesley trying to find space. They are inside the 22-meter mark of Isipatana College. They need a try here, a converted try. That's what they need. Even just a try will still keep them in a distance where they have to score twice. So they need to make sure they get a converted try here. Now Wadood again. The big forwards who were dismantling the Isipatana College defensive line earlier have slowed down a bit from Wesley. And they produce something here. Just outside the 22 now, Isipatana College defense holding on strong. A lot more organized, a lot better in execution. Isipatana at the moment comparing to the first 20 minutes. And that's a knock forward. Isipatana with the possession. Now Shakib Zumri gives the ball out. There's Aditya Madhushan. The tantalizing run there, almost towards that halfway mark, but unfortunately for Isipatana, the supporting player not doing it well.
Well, on spot there, referee Shankar Bekon. The run from Aditya Madhushan was picture perfect, but Nimanta Sandeepa really had to do well to stay on his feet. That's that replay. Have a look at that run. He's a bulky lad for a centre.
Check one.
And there, just there, yes, Nimanta Sandeepa just killing the ball, which is something that you can't do in rugby. You have to play the game on your feet. You can't go off your feet. And what that does is, when you go off your feet, it doesn't become a balanced contest on the ground. So you have to stay on your feet, and referee Abekon was on spot there. So now Wesley with an opportunity. It's 24-10. The identical score at this time stamp, when it was this time stamp in the previous quarter-final between Trinity and St. Thomas's. It was 24-10. Now Isipatana need to defend.
And as you mentioned, defend. That's the name of the game for Isipatana from here onwards. If they can find another try, yes, that will make things a lot easier for them. But right now it's about making sure that Wesley doesn't score again in this game. For Wesley, it's about finding a try as soon as possible. And Isipatana, they get the line out in their favour. But Wesley inserting a lot of pressure. Isipatana, they do have the ball with them. Still inside their own 22. Need to get out of this red zone here. Isipatana Wesley need to put them and as much pressure as possible. And the clearance kick, once again, a very good one.
Good work off the line out from Isipathana to spoil the ball for Wesley. They clear their lines and they push them back around 10 to 15 meters. Fresh legs being brought onto the park by coach Henry Terrence. He's brought in Liam, the replacement prop forward. Keshwar Rahul gets it right this time. Kaisalai running on the angle was Hamdan Safraz. He's done a lot of carrying for his team so far. Now Kaisalai resorts to the boot and finds a bit of space. Sandeepa has to track back but does very well. You see how well he does, steps past the Wesley defense. He does very well there, Nimantha Sandeepa. He had Prarthana Rodrigo right up there. And they win the penalty as well, Isipathana. And that was a huge effort and a huge bit of skill from Nimantha Sandeepa to stay calm under pressure.
And Nimantha Sandeepa, well known for his fearless nature. Even when they're just 5 meters away from their own try line, Nimantha Sandeepa, he'll continue to play in the same manner. Now still 24 points to 10. When will that next try come for Wesley? That will change the whole complexion of the game if Wesley can get a try in the next few minutes. Wesley rated so highly by a lot of people coming into this tournament, probably one of the pre-tournament favorites as well. Will their journey end here in the quarterfinals with the defending champions advance towards another semi-final? Once again, penalty for Isipathana. Tackler not rolling away. They're doing exactly what was needed. They had the penalty coming.
Well, a string of penalties against Wesley. They need to get their discipline sorted or they're going to lose another player. Not rolling away on that occasion was the call from referee Abekon. As now Hiran knock it into touch, and it's a very good touch finder. It's a magnificent touch finder from Avishka Hiran. They have a line out right on their 22. Wesley need to be clinical here. Isipathana looking to defend their title that they won last year under their captain Nisarja Jayavira. Line out time then. Hirosh Jayasinghe needs to get it right for Isipathana. One more score will probably get them away from this Wesley team and get them out of touching distance. They're 2 scores away, and with just over 10 minutes to go, that could just seal the deal for Isipathana. They set it up. Dodangara collects it, but it's brought down. And it's brought down legally, but they still go up and rumble. Now they need to get the ball out. Running right. Yes, perfect. Perfect from referee Abekon. The ball didn't come out there. The ball was unplayable, and Wesley do very well in defense to get the ball back.
Yeah, Wesley College, they needed that. They needed to get the ball back from that position. Isipathana College, they were threatening Wesley College a lot by getting closer towards that 22-meter mark again, or getting inside that 22-meter territory again. Now Wesley, according to our clock, we have just over 10 minutes remaining. Is that enough time for Wesley to maybe score 2 tries and get a penalty in their favor, or maybe score 3 tries? That's the million-dollar question at the moment, Abid.
With the way it has been going now, the kicks might not go through. That means 2 5-pointers will get them to 20, and they probably will need 1 more to get ahead. That's just me being a kid and complaining that the kicking hasn't been good, but that man on your screen, Aditya Madhushan has done a lot of running for Isipatana so far in this game, and he's applauded off the field, and rightly so.
Although he's playing as a centre now for Isipatana, started his career off as a forward, Aditya Madhushan. You can see from his build, he was a forward 2 years ago.
Trying to outhook it there was Eros Jayasinghe, but it was deemed illegal. Or his knee placement was not up to what referee Abekon wanted it to be. Wesley will go ahead nonetheless to Dilhara. Now to Safraz. Now running through a good angle is the captain, Sandul Gammanpila. He needs support and he has no support. So he just steals it, does Sithum Rajapaksa.
Now continues the phenomenal work, Sithum Rajapaksa. What a star he has been for Isipatana in this encounter. In a crunch game, and unfortunately Dodangoda unable to gather it cleanly. It will be a scrum in favour of Wesley just outside the 22-metre line.
Well, Wesley just needed support at that ruck, didn't they, Laksisi? Sandul Gammanpila, the captain, was all alone. There was no one around him supporting him. But that boy, Sithum Rajapaksa, has not been on the scoring charts, but he's just been phenomenal with ball in hand, with his carries, and at ruck time as well.
Sithum Rajapaksa will certainly be up there when we have to name a Swiss Tech player of the match in a few minutes' time, Abid.
Now chips it ahead, does Kaisalai. Sandeep steps past that tackle, but he's caught in the tackle by Hasim Thabit. Bomet has been taken off and they brought in the replacements. Now swing it from side to side. Dodangoda takes it ahead. Right over that ball was Safraz, but he's asked to release. Duly complies. Trying to free his hands is Yuvindu Kodituaku, but he stays on his feet. Bomet is still on the park, so he's made the shift. Now Bomet picks it, goes with it. Rajapaksa, a little short ball from Mevnaka. Again, asked to release it is the Wesley player. I would love to have a replay at that ruck to see what exactly happened there, because that was more than referee Abekon asking him to release it. Now Rajapaksa takes it forward like he has done for his school right throughout this quarter-final. Now the other prop forward, Sandeep Herat, takes it forward. Now the other front row forward, Eros Jayasinghe. They've been immense so far, the Isipatana front row. The pass to Sandeep is a bit wayward, and it's called a knock-on. It's called a knock-on by referee Abekon. It would be good if we could have a replay of that to see exactly what happened. But the Patana support on this end of the pavilion made sure that the referee knows exactly what they thought of that call.
Here's the replay. Not quite sure what exactly unfolded there with the camera angle we have, unfortunately. Himantha Sandeep thought he didn't get any hand on it. But still, Wesley inside their own half, close to their own 22. Still trailing by 14 points, less than 6 minutes to go. So things looking ominous at the moment for the Double Blues.
Well, if it stands like this, Isipatana can paint a green story for another year and get themselves into the semi-finals, but 5 minutes more to go. Wesley still look threatening, but they're in the wrong side of the field. Mohammad Fawaz. And now the replacement, Dinaru Lankendra. And it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Isipatana have been clinical in the second half, haven't they, Laksisi? The first half has been a bit wavered, but you have to give it to them. They have been magnificent in the second half, in defense and in attack.
The Isipathana college that we know actually showed up in the second half. That has been the difference. Defended to perfection and made sure when they attacked in a way that Wesley College couldn't contain them. That's the usual Isipathana way of things that we see, and the coach and the supporters, they'll be really happy that they were able to dish out that performance in the second half after a disappointing first half or the first 25 minutes.
With the lanky number 8 to score 3 tries was the man who won them that penalty, Shakib Zumri. It's going to be a 3-man line out. Nevita Mebnaka is called in. And they go behind. A beautiful set move off the line out. Situm Rajapaksa, can he get the try that he does deserve? Shakib Zumri looked like he was going on for his 4th Amana Bank try. Now Isipatana through their lock forward, and it looks like it's held up. Yes, it is. It's held up. But for a moment I thought there that Situm Rajapaksa was going to get the try that he deserved.
Yeah, Situm Rajapaksa, for all the hard yards he put in today, really deserves a try. But it was not meant to be, unfortunately. Less than 4 minutes to go. So Abid, I believe we can say Isipatana College, probably they have sealed the deal here. Probably just let's wait out for 1 minute more, yes.
Well, Wesley are in the wrong part of the field, aren't they? They've been kept in their half. But now Isipatana again through Sandeepa, sells the dummy, goes past the first and goes past the second too. But right on spot is Hamdan Safraz. The ball squirts out of the ruck. Now Hiran puts in the little punt and it's perfect. But they'll be called back. He'll be called back because I think referee Abekon got it right. He was just a tad bit offside.
So Abid, we need to decide on a player of the match. Who are your nominations for the Swiss Tech player of the match?
Well, if you think about just the second half, it has been all Isipatana. But some good performances from Kavisha Dilhara, and the back three of Wesley was very good today. Hamdan Safraz as well, but no matter how well they've played individually as a team, they will find themselves on the losing side today. But for the Green Machine, I think the tries from Shakib Zumri, all a hat-trick from him. Really can't look past that guy, but of course, we spoke about him a lot in this half. Situm Rajapaksa has been magnificent. And also, last week's Swiss Tech player of the match, Nimanta Sandeepa, has also marshaled his troops very well. So I'll give it to you, Laksisi, to select who it is. But for me, I think Shakib Zumri for those tries. And also that one penalty that he won just showed that it was not just attack that he has in his skill set, he also has the defense.
Situm Rajapaksa, what a game he had. But unfortunately, Shakib Zumri managed to just overshadow him by those hat-trick of tries, hat-trick of Amana Bank tries. While Wesley College trying to make a case going into the last couple of minutes in this game. So whatever the results, Swiss Tech player of the match for this encounter is going to be Shakib Zumri of Isipathana College for scoring his 3 tries. Wesley, can they score a try here? And if they do they have enough time to maybe produce another?
Yes, magnificent. Shakib Zumri right on spot. If there was someone who was going to turn that ball over, it had to be that guy. And I would give myself a pat on the back for selecting him as the player of the match, because that was magnificent. As soon as Prarthana Rodrigo went off balance, Zumri released the man and went right over the ball. Copybook stuff from Shakib Zumri to win them the penalty, and that should be the game one as well, Laksisi.
Shakib Zumri, what a player he's turning out to be for Isipathana College. As I mentioned, given a new responsibility, new job, new position to handle, and he's making sure that he's getting the job done.
Changes coming in for both teams. Well, if it stands like this and the clock in the red as well, clock at 70, Wesley will be knocked out of the Dialog Schools Knockout Championship. Isipathana will move forward and they will meet their traditional rivals, Royal College. It's always a game that is looked forward to in the school's rugby circuit. Isipathana taking on Royal College. But now for Wesley, their knockout hopes are well and truly diminished, and now what they have to do is go back and work hard with their coach Henry Terrence and the backs coach Amjad Baksh, former Candy player. Get together and get their processors right. Now Rajapaksa releases, goes again. Good knowledge of the law from the prop forward. We don't really see a prop forward doing that every day, but he has been very good today. And the kick from Avish Kahiran, it's out on the full, so there'll be call back.
So on the other hand, Sri Lanka playing that historical game against New Zealand under 85 kilograms team, 33 points to 10. Not a bad performance from the Tuskers, considering most of the players that we usually see in the starting 15, the players we saw in that Malaysia game, they are not featuring in this one. It's a great experience for all the youngsters, Shahid Sumris, Pasudu Bandaras, who are making their international debuts for Sri Lanka.
I can't believe I lost. I didn't watch that match rather, Laksisi, but I can't wait to watch the next one under lights at Racecourse on the 10th. As Isipathana now still playing with flair. They've got their replacements onto the park as well, and they're looking to make a name for themselves and maybe battle for a starting jersey in their semi-final encounter against Royal. Bomet takes it out. It's there for Hiran. Gives it out to our player of the match, Zumri. Slow ball from the ruck. And Bomet drops it off the ruck. And there's more time on referee Abekon's clock. So Isipathana still playing with a lot of flair. And this should be very good signs for them. And it would be great if they could continue this momentum into the next round against Royal.
Yeah, I believe the first 25 minutes of this game is exactly what they needed to get their act right. And I think the first 25 minutes, the way Wesley College played and how they dominated against Isipathana will probably be one of the main factors on how far Isipathana College would go in this season. Such a great lesson for the Green Machine on what they needed to improve, on what they needed to do when they are under pressure. Because even last year, Abid, we saw a very similar game against DSNNI College, where Isipathana College were pushed back by a huge margin, and just like in this encounter, they scored 2 tries just at the end of the first half, and in the second half made a grand comeback and scored a try in the last few minutes to get ahead of DSNNI and win the encounter. So I think these sort of games, teams like Isipathana, I believe they need encounters like this to make sure that they further tighten their grip and get their act right. But for Wesley College, it's the same way as well. They need a game like this to make sure that they get all the aspects covered, and all these hugely talented players like Fawad, Hadi, Wadud, and all of them, I think, Kavisha Dilhar, all of them, I think this will be a good wake-up call for them as well.
Well, now it's important as to how these teams that are knocked out and how their coaches manage the players. Something that I was talking with Abdullah Yusuf last week when I called the Royal Kingswood game is how many players bringing injuries into the season. So many knees trapped, so many shoulders taped as well. You don't see it because of the jersey, but I'm pretty sure there are many shoulders that are taped. So bringing injuries into the season is not going to help their cause a lot. So they'd want to get those things right, get their injuries sorted, and get the team unit to keep flowing. But Kaisalai, it was knocked back when he went into contact. Now Safraz hands the ball out to his replacement three-quarter. And now Wesley, they know that they've lost this game, so everyone is just very flat and very lateral. and he goes again after being tackled. So it's a penalty, and Isipatana have just sealed the deal.
So Isipatana College, another date against Royal College next weekend. Now if you just look away from the rugby, which is of course the biggest schools rugby encounter of the year, I think this is that encounter between Isipatana and Royal is certainly up there to be the next biggest encounter of the schools rugby calendar year. So, and we are getting that very early this year, and who knows, there's a chance that we might even get a preview of the rugby in the final as well. There's every chance. Trinity College playing in one semi-final, Royal College playing another semi-final. So this year's schools rugby season has gotten a brilliant start, Abid.
Hiran misses his lines, and I'm not too surprised that he misses his lines, as now Wesley will attack from their half, and a huge tackle to put the Wesley replacement into touch and to win the game for Isipatana. It has been a clinical performance from Isipatana. The first 25 minutes, they really need to forget about that. But after that, after they scored through Shakib Zumri, the tries just kept on pouring, and that second half effort from Isipatana has to be mentioned. A huge effort, not just in attack, but in defense as well, because Wesley College had no points to show in that second half. Huge effort from Isipatana, and they advance into the semi-finals of the Dialog Schools Rugby League. Rugby Knockout Trophy, rather.
I actually wonder whether Wesley College, they gave their absolute all in the first 20-25 minutes of the game, and maybe just didn't have enough in the tank to pose a threat to Isipatana College, who actually started to get the act right after the first 25 minutes.
But it's not just that, isn't it, Laxis? It's the fact that Isipatana also played an opposition that was not as good as them last week, so they could rotate their players in the game, and they had a lot of game time that could have been given to their reserves. But on Wesley's part, it was a huge game against St. Joseph's that they had to trail. So because of the fact that they had to play against a good opposition the last week as well, it meant that players that would have been favoured ahead of the rest had to maybe play the entire game and play the entire 70 minutes. So unfortunate for Wesley. A lot of hopes for them this season. They were a team that maybe people were looking forward to seeing, and maybe saw winning the trophy this season, not just the knockouts but the league as well. Many people thought that they would be contenders, but they have been knocked out by a very classy Green Machine outfit.
I'm quite sure they will definitely make a very good comeback in the league. They have brilliant players, the Fawazes, the Hardis, the Dilharos. Everyone will definitely show up in that league and pose a huge threat, a huge obstacle for all the other teams. They have a brilliant coach as well. So that's the full-time scoreline. Isipatana College booking their place in the semi-final of the Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts President's Trophy 2025. Wesley College, very good start from them, but unfortunately they just couldn't get their act right in the second half of this crucial encounter. We can say the exact same thing that happened to St. Joseph's, which happened to St. Joseph's College against Wesley, happened to Wesley College here today.
Well, as soon as Kaisalai got that yellow card, the momentum really shifted. And this is the second half highlights, and don't be surprised if it's all Isipatana, because it was all Isipatana. The forwards did the hard yards, and then it was always that man with the number 8 on his back that went over to score. That was the second try that he scored. And in a moment you'll see his hat-trick, which he scored right under the sticks. Went over for 3 Amana Bank tries, did our player of the match, our Swiss Tech player of the match, Shakib Zumri. And it was all Zumri in the second half, but also honourable mentions to Situm Rajapaksa, Nimanta Sandeepa and co for orchestrating a huge win for Isipatana. And these are the key stats. Isipatana winning this one, it looks like a huge win, but that second half effort is what got them through. 24 points to 10 sees them going through to the semi-final. 4 tries from Isipatana, just the 2 conversions, so that's something that they'll need to work on going on into next week, where they face Royal College, Wesley College with just the 2 tries, and our player of the match, our Swiss Tech player of the match, Shakib Zumri, the number 8 from Isipatana.
So that's it from the Royal Sports Complex. Isipatana College, the Green Machine, the defending champions, once again in the Final 4 of the Dialog Schools Rugby Knockouts President's Trophy 2025. Wesley College. They'll have to come back in a few weeks' time at the league. And when it comes to the semi-final lineups, we will have Trinity College taking on Sahira College next weekend, and of course Isipathana College taking on Royal College Abid.
And of course, don't forget that All Blacks game that we probably will be able to go watch. We'll be lucky enough to watch. So that's it for the coverage. We've had 3 huge games this weekend. Royal College winning one, Isipatana College winning the other, and of course the All Blacks under 85 kg team winning against the Sri Lanka Tuskers. But that's it from us from the Royal College Sports Complex, and stay tuned to the Papare for another weekend of massive rugby action. Thank you and have a good night.
Stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
3, 2, 1, roll off.
ඉතින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංකික ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare සමග.
Welcome back to the Papare.
Welcome to the live broadcast from ThePapare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
The Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. චමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
හරි. ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
විහිළු නෙමේ ටෝකියෝ සුපර් ඕන වැටකට සුපර්.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. චමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Saratama enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
Our mountains are majestic. They can be life-giving. Some are even sacred, and their heights bear marks of our heritage. Our mountains elevate us. To us, they are ever inspiring.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff හැම සිතක්ම පිපිදේ රස lemon රසයේ ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff Maliban lemon puff chill when lemon.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සර විහිදේ හිටක සිත බැන්දා මාතේ ෆයිනල් ෆැෂන් අපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
හොටල් ස්පයිසි ගස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි.
Car Radials. The road is yours.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සර විහිදේ හිටක සිත බැන්දා මාතේ ෆයිනල් ෆැෂන් අපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
හොටල් ස්පයිසි ගස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
පිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කින් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාශීල් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාශීල් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
රුපියල් 50 වැලිබන් සේවරි පොඩ්ඩෝ එක්ක මැච් එකට සෙට් වෙන්න.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine. Just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit. Never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
That was summer refresh when the train gotta go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
හරි. ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
විහිළු නෙමේ ටෝකියෝ සුපර් ඕන වැඩකට සුපර්.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.